Happy Thanksgiving week, everybody! This is my favorite week ever because not only do we have amazing food, but we get to spend it with the people that we love. But mostly, it's the food. Can you believe that we've made it to another Thanksgiving? I think that this is insane considering that 2018 is almost over. Like, think about it. Which means graduation's right around the corner. No, but in all seriousness, I think Thanksgiving is one of my favorite holidays. Obviously, I mean, I guess not obviously, but Christmas is my number one holiday. Thanksgiving is number two. I wanted to make this video starting out this week because I'm actually running super late to Atlanta, but I'm heading down to see some family, to spend time with friends and family for Thanksgiving, and to share in the deliciousness of Thanksgiving feasts. I don't like turkey, but I will fuck up some ham. This time for me, I really just sort of wanted to talk about like family. Like, you know, Thanksgiving traditionally is held with family and it's very nice. It's how you see like on the Hallmark TV or like whatever those movies are. Everyone's so put together, so nice. You know, there's family drama. It's all resolved by the end and everything is just so peaceful and great. But as I'm sure some of y'all might know, and if you don't know, you should, that's not the case for everybody. Sometimes Thanksgiving sucks. I guess the first part of this week's video, at least, I wanted to talk about sort of my family life, which I've sort of alluded to in other videos, but, you know, I haven't gone into specifics about. Long story short, I was adopted, I guess you could say, in a very roundabout type of way. It's much more complicated than that, but for the sake of this video, like, I'm not going to go into the nuances about like the differences between adoption and legal guardianship and all of that. But essentially, you know, I've lived with my aunt and uncle since I was 4 years old. I think like a part of it honestly was just like, you know, as a kid being around family who I love 100%, but then technically it not being like blood family, I guess. It feeling weird, like, this isn't like really like my family. Like, I don't know, like, I wish, you know, I had that like perfect family Christmas, perfect family Thanksgiving. You know, I think we always try to aspire to be like what we think is normalized, what we think is perfect, what we think is correct on, is the camera backwards? The camera's definitely backwards. I think we like normalize it and we think we have this idea in our head, especially people with anxiety, with depression, all these other things that like make everything in our head just 10 times worse. We think about like all of these things as failures, as loneliness, as just, I have no idea, but it sucks. And I think growing up for me, I felt that a lot. And even though, you know, I was in Tennessee with my like blood family, you know, I would think like, I wished, you know, like my mom and dad were together. I wish that, you know, I had my birth mom and birth father sitting at the same table during Thanksgiving and not, you know, me sitting, who I love, my aunt and uncle who are my mom and my stepdad as I casually refer to them, but not sitting with them. Or I wish, you know, there were a few times in my childhood I went to Thanksgiving at my dad's, not very many at all. I spent most of the big holidays with my mom's side of the family, but at my dad's being like, hey, I wish that like, you know, I knew everyone in this room, or like I wish I knew all these people and had like relationships with them, or I wish again that, you know, my mom and my dad were in the same room sitting down at Thanksgiving. And I think that like, it makes me very upset, at least as a kid, knowing that I didn't have that, and it made me feel very alone. My birth mom was, you know, in my life up until she passed away from breast cancer when I was about 13 or 14. It's so sad that like that's escaping me now. I can't even remember. My dad is still in my life, and he was, you know, in my life when I was younger. I would still see him in the summers on different breaks. We didn't talk in high school because we had a falling out, so I didn't talk to him for 4 years. That's freshman year through senior year until I basically graduated from high school, came to Wake, and I was like, we should, you know, focus on our relationship and try to rebuild that, and we have, which is great. But, you know, going down to Atlanta for Thanksgiving, because I did not grow up with my dad's side of the family, you know, I preface this by saying that I love them. They're amazing. I know I can go to them for anything. I know that they'll always be there for me. I mean, like, I know they're in my blood. I know all of that, 100%. This is not to take away from any of that. But at the same time, you know, I didn't have that traditional experience with them. I didn't, you know, I grew up with my cousins and my sister and all of that when I was younger up until 4. I saw them consistently, you know, during breaks and such when I was younger. And then there was definitely periods where, like, I wouldn't see them for, like, years, legit years. That was high school, for example, when I wasn't talking to my dad. I wasn't really talking to anyone else in that side of the family. So, I mean, it's just very weird now that, you know, I'm going down there for Thanksgiving and we're basically all this, like, giant, big, happy family, which I don't think we have any beef with each other. We never had any beef to begin with. It was just, you know, a matter of communication. But I personally, with all my anxiety, I don't feel that connected. And when I say connected, I don't mean that, like, you know, I don't feel as though they're my family or I don't feel as though they love me. I don't really know how to explain this feeling. It's that, you know, I feel like I've been torn between sides throughout my whole life. So when, like, these big holidays come up, especially during the holidays, for a lot of people, I would imagine, you know, who don't have traditional families, it's sort of this weird, like, not awkward, I don't even know, but it's like I'm supposed to go spend time and give thanks with family who I don't really know fully, in the sense that, like, I know you, but, like, I really don't know you. And just because, like, we're blood and family related does not, like, for me, that does not mean, it only goes very far. So, like, certainly there are, like, they know who they are if they're watching this video. My sister, obviously, like, like always, 100% ride or die. My cousins, ride or die, like, they know who they are. But there are certain people in my family who will be there who, like, I know I've seen in the last 2 Thanksgivings, but for the most of my life, I don't, like, know y'all. For all I know, you could be serial killers. They're not. I mean, like, I don't know. That's the whole point. But it's just, like, how do you remedy that? Where, like, Thanksgiving is supposed to be an amazing time full of, like, love and, you know, like, shared traditions, like, all of that mumbo jumbo, lovey-dovey family type of stuff. I don't feel that. And that's sort of what was so amazing about last year's Thanksgiving, is that I ended up having a Friendsgiving at my friend Allie's house, who, she is, like, 100% amazing. She's like a whole bunch of things to me. She was, like, my boss, and she, like, is my mentor. She's a friend. She's like Mom Allie. She's like Aunt Allie. She has, like, all of these different titles that you could fall under for different, I guess, different events or different occasions. And then that's great. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think that's, you know, I have so many friends who do that and who, like, represent that for me. It was a lot more to me than I think any Thanksgiving has meant in a while. Just because simply, like, I felt very thankful. I was extremely thankful. And I've always been, like, I was extremely thankful for my friends. I was extremely thankful for Allie. I was extremely thankful for, you know, the people that, like, she had her friends over, some of the friends that I had gotten to know through work, some coworkers, some people who I got really attached to. It was just a lot of great people, a lot of great memories, and I don't know, it was love. It was just all right there, and you could feel it. And that was sort of the first time that I really, you know, felt it. And that sounds kind of messed up to say. Not felt love. I felt love from family, like my mom, my birth mom, and my adoptive mom. Like, all of that, I feel love, abundance from throughout my childhood. My dad, all of that. When I say love, specifically on Thanksgiving, it was something where I was like, I'm truly thankful for these people. I'm truly thankful for, like, these experiences over the past year. I am so happy that I, like, met them. Remember, I always said I'm super emotional random times. I'm gonna, like, start crying. But no, I mean, like, I don't know. I think it was almost in a sense that, like, I don't want to, like, put too much emphasis on this because it's not 100% true, but it was a very big reason in terms of, like, why I was able to push myself through the depression of last winter. I think having people who care in different ways, maybe who, like, give you different things that you need. I think we all have those people. Like my mom, she can't give me everything that I need, you know, She gives me what moms can give me, and then I need to go out and receive other things from different relationships. Like I hang out with certain people doing these certain things. Like I go to the movies with certain friends. I watch shows with certain friends. I like, talk about rap music and pop music and with different types of friends who like those different genres. And I think for this, it was very much so like, hey, in Atlanta, these Allie and like all these other people are giving me these things, these connections that I need that my current family is not giving me. What those connections are, I have no idea, but I think that that is a big thing. So in the sense that like, Thanksgiving, about being with family, I'm really reflecting upon like, what do you do? What do people do when they don't have a family to go to? That's not my case. I could go to my mom's side of the family in Tennessee for Thanksgiving. I could go to my dad's side of the family for Thanksgiving down in Atlanta, and I could go like, Allie's house. I have places to go, so this isn't necessarily for me specifically, but I think without having other people in Atlanta, other friends, or a Friendsgiving necessarily, I would, one, be torn between like mom's side, dad's side, where to go. I know for people who don't have any family, that sounds kind of privileged and like, well, fuck you. That's I don't mean to say it that way, and it goes a lot further than like just being torn between like which family like wants you to. Long story short, like my family sides hate each other. Dealing with mental health is super hard for people during this time of the year because like you see on TV, you see on movies, you see posters, you see social media specifically, you see your own friends going to their families, and not everybody has a family to go to. And it's super hard, especially on young kids, young adults, people like me who, let's say they didn't have a mom's side or a dad's side to go to, they would be spending Thanksgiving alone in this apartment. And that's, honestly sounds kind of nice to me because I kind of have to go out of Atlanta tonight and I don't feel like driving, but at the same time, it's super sad and I don't know, I'm gonna start crying. I think a bigger part with that is just that like, even though I am excited about going, I still have anxiety in the sense that like I'm having Friendsgiving, I'm celebrating Thanksgiving with the people that I love, my friends, new friends I'll be making, people who are important to my life, and that doesn't mean that like my actual family, who I still love, is not important to me. It's just that, I feel like this is where I need to be on this holiday. I don't feel the same for Christmas. I feel like for Christmas I need to be at home in Chicago. Christmases in Chicago have been like my thing. So like it's sort of also this expectation as to like you'd have to like be going somewhere, like, or like, I feel bad for like a split second after that. I'm just like, I don't care. But like, going to Allie's, I feel bad. Like I should be at my dad's house celebrating Thanksgiving with my family, and I should leave her family alone and go like let them celebrate. And then I realized that like that's not what family really means. And at the same time, it's sort of like a validation, like, hey, if I don't come to see you on this holiday, that means I don't care about you. And I don't think that, my dad definitely thinks that. He's super like reads and like he's super like, he won't say it, but he's just super mushy and like emotional about things like that. Like if I didn't see my dad this Thanksgiving at all, he would flip. But I mean, in general with other people, it's sort of like if you don't, not with other people in my family, I mean, if you don't like do certain things on certain holidays, or if you miss something, or if you don't go to this family function, it automatically means that like you hate the family and that like you're just like done with them, and like you hate, like you're like, it's just, it opens up so many like doors and avenues to like what's happening. And I just feel like at this point I'm just sort of trying to do what I want for the holidays that make me happy, seeing the people who I feel like I need to see, and then hoping that the people who I don't see, maybe by just circumstance, or I just didn't have time, or for whatever reason, understand that like, hey, if you're in my life, how I feel about you. If you don't know how I feel about you, there's probably a reason for that. It means that like I don't fuck with you. But like for those people who do. So I mean, I guess it's just like also, it's like a balance between me realizing like what I need to be doing / what I should be doing / trying to figure out what's in my mind, what's true and what's not, versus anxiety. It's a lot. All right, you guys, I really have to get going on the road. I have to drive. It's 6:11 p.m. and it's late at night, and I'm pretty sure my car needs an oil change, but don't really have the funds to do that right now. / I'm kind of lazy and just have been procrastinating. But yeah, of course, like, subscribe, share, all of that. Let me know if you've had this experience before. Let me know, like, you know, how this makes you feel, if it makes you feel any type of way. You know, things that I could be doing to sort of help these people besides just giving money to organizations. Maybe I should be go donating food, or maybe I should go help out at a pantry. I don't know, but I would love to do something specifically for Christmas. I would love to give back in a way that's not just me, you know, talking on videos about how, like, you know, this happens and it sucks. Not that this is like not that I'm saying this is the only impact these videos have, but all right, I'm justifying blah blah. All right, anyway, I hope you guys have an amazing beginning to this week, and I will see you, of course, on Thursday.